Alright, and I am Justin Pontarelli, and I'm back with another adventure with Interstellar Pilot. And first of all, let me quickly show you, as always, the situation here. First of all, my property. Let's start with that. This is my fleet. I've got 6 Orion-X classes. They're all decked out the same way. So let me show you my ship. Alright. Let's get out my fun little pen. Let's see here. We're still recording. Huh. Oh, this used to be free. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Anyway, guess I can't use the pen anymore. That's okay. We can still talk this over. So, if you look on the right-hand side, from top to bottom, we have 10 level 2 ECMs. We have 4 level 2 laser banks, all of which point forward. We've got 30 interceptor missiles. Okay. And we have a cloaking device, just a standard cloaking device. Nothing major. Okay. In terms of components, this is all the same stuff basically. We've got fully upgraded shields, fully upgraded engines, power generator, passenger module in case you want to get some easy income, fully upgraded capacitor, the standard cloaking device, and of course the level 2 countermeasures to launch the level 2 ECM to stop missiles. Okay. And this is my little base right here. Check it out. We've got just a little repair shop and 3 level 5 laser turrets defending my base. Inside my base, we got my fleet of 6 Orion-X class ships. Alright. And there you go, there's the turrets as well in the list. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to hop inside our station, and we're going to give this fleet a test run. Okay. I forget where we had to go, but one of these places has a nice job for me to do. Yeah, that'll do it. Perfect. We can go ahead and kill an Overlord, a Magnus, an Orion, a Hornet, and a shuttle. So that's a decent group of ships. Some pretty heavy-duty stuff. We can take them. Alright. We've accepted the mission. Let's get back into my little ship. And in case you guys don't know how to use a fleet, let's just quickly go over that real quick. Just in case someone's watching who's relatively new to the game and doesn't know how to work with a fleet. First of all, to add a ship to a fleet, you just click on the ship, click on orders, and if you look down towards the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to say assign to fleet. You simply click on a number, Okay, in this case I just changed it to so it's not on a fleet. So you click on a number, and now it's on a fleet. Check out the orders of the fleet. Click on fleet settings. Okay, that's towards the lower right-hand corner of the screen. And this fleet's going to want to just dock if it can. Check out the stance. Right now we have it checked, so it's going to intercept hostiles. Basically meaning if the ship's attacked, or if the ships are attacked, they will defend themselves. But right now they're not going to go out of their way to attack anything else. You want to set up a home base, typically, just go ahead and pick base. Pick whatever you want. In this case, we have it pre-set up as our scrapyard, our repair base. Okay. In this case, let's go to combat. Protect me. Okay. And all my little ships are going to come out of the station to keep me company anywhere I go. What's fun to watch, so you can go to log, you can go to sector map, you can zoom in, and if you take a look, they seem to like to kind of get into like a formation, and then they fly along with you. Check it out down there. See how they're kind of getting into formation? We're going to check back on them in a moment, but let's slow down a little bit so they can catch up. Sector map. Zoom in. Check it out. They're flying in formation. Can you see that? Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. So anyway. So now they should be right behind us. Perfect. We're going to keep our scanner turned on. And the very moment that our enemy comes into play or comes into view, we're going to change the orders on our fleet so that they will want to actively go out and seek any enemies that are nearby and destroy them. Okay, let's get in. Let's get a little closer first. I think range 1000 should be good. So 1K. Okay, so let's go log, properties, click on one of your ships, orders, combat, fleet settings, stance, attack hostiles. So now see how they go out there, like they're just aggressively going out right now to attack anything that they see. Missile lock, activate ECM, stop those missiles. Typically you want to get rid of the smaller ships first, in my opinion. That way you get them out of the way. They die. Nothing major, okay? Okay. So get rid of him. Oopsie. So basically, you want to try to keep these, Oopsie, okay. I'm really having a hard time here getting, shaking these missiles off me. It's nuts. That's why I'm having a hard time. It was just me versus one ship. Okay. So it looks like these guys took care of the Magnus for me. Alright. Beautiful. So let's check out the log. Transactions. 41,000 credits in the kitty. And take a look at your scanner. Considering how little damage every ship took, let's go to log, property. Yeah, I think this guy was the only one that really took any real damage. If you want to check that out, click on enter. Click on ship, components. You can check all these little bars. See how they're yellow and not fully green? That means this guy took a little bit of damage. 41,000 credits. This was a really profitable thing here that we just did. At this point, what I'm gonna want to do personally, I like salvage operations. Let's pick up some equipment. We'll take it back to base. So, in case you guys haven't seen my videos before, I prefer quantity over, well, not necessarily over quality, but the idea, personally in my opinion, is that when you're considering what ships to get, okay, let's say you got some money to spend and you want a new ship, you know, should you save up for a larger ship, like an Overlord, or a Magnus, assuming you have the expansion packs, or do you want to go ahead and buy a bunch of smaller ships? Before I answer that question, let me just get these guys home. So to do that, you click on one of your ships in the fleet, click on orders, and that's down towards the lower part of the screen. Go and click on, in this case, we want them to repair. So let's go ahead and repair at, and just pick out your base. We'll go do that now. Fleet settings, let's make them cloak. And we no longer want them to attack hostile people actively. So at this point, they're just going to fly straight home while cloaked. Okay. So I'll just cloak my ship and answer that quick question that I posed. So, what kind of ship or ships do I recommend? If you don't have the expansion pack, it really all depends on what you need the ships for. If you want like an attack fleet, Orions, in my opinion, are excellent. Let's see, are these guys moving? Not really. Okay. Anyway, if you want an attack fleet, in my opinion, you can't go wrong with Orions. Now, they are a bit more pricey. Now, let's say you don't have that kind of money laying around, but you still want some ships, or a ship. You can always either get the Hornets or the Flyers. Hornets are fast, and you can still load them with some weaponry. And if you have like a fleet of those, even just a couple, you can still take down things that are larger than you. In one of my previous videos, I talked about how, in my opinion, the Overlord would probably make the best flagship, and I stand by that. But in terms of getting the most for your money, I recommend quantity. As an example, just as an example, if you had like about 2 million credits to plop down on an Overlord, instead of taking those 2 million credits to buy and get a fully upgraded Overlord, you could buy, in my opinion, you could buy like 3 or 4 Orions, and you'd be getting a much better deal for your money. Okay? And as you can tell just now, I fought against an Overlord, a Magnus, and a couple other ships with my fleet of Orions, and I crushed them. So, in terms of spending your credits wisely, if you want an attacking fleet, if the purpose of your ships is to be like a war fleet, then, in my opinion, quantity. Okay? Quantity over quality. Now, if you had like unlimited credits, you could get like a fleet of Magnuses or a fleet of Overlords. But obviously, if you're talking about just a couple million credits or less, you can still get a nice fleet of ships for even a small amount of money, like, say, 1 million or 2 million credits. In this case, let's see here. I have 6 Orions in this fleet that I have, and each one cost about, I want to say, 300,000 to fully upgrade. Okay? So multiply that times 6, and you have almost 2 million credits that I spent to get a fully upgraded fleet of Orion-X class vessels. Let me just quickly transfer these guys into my base for later. What I do is I stock this base up with weapons, and then I can just take this stuff later on and sell it someplace else. This is not a military base, unfortunately, so I can't really do much with it. Let's get some interceptors on my thing here. Oops. There we go. Now we're full again. That's awesome. Yeah, so like I said, you check it out, right? And 6 fully upgraded Orion-X class ships, all with 30 interceptor missiles, all with military grade missile launchers, all with level 2 ECMs. And if you get desperate and don't want to mess around with fighting anyone to make money, they can all do passenger runs. Not a problem at all. Okay? And they cost approximately 300,000 credits to get and fully upgrade. So you multiply that times 6, or realistically 7, and you come up with 2,100,000 credits total. For that same amount of money, I could buy myself a Magnus and almost fully upgrade it. Okay, so it's just a matter of deciding, what can you do for the amount of money or credits that you have. In my opinion, or no, not in my opinion, but in reality, for example, my fleet of 6, even if I just sent in the 6 Overlords, or sorry, the 6 Orions that I have, versus a fully loaded Magnus. My fleet would just totally destroy it. Okay. Now, it would be a little bit different against an Overlord, because Overlords at least have anti-missile capacity, but the thing would still get destroyed. Okay. It's going to get swarmed by missiles. It's going to get shot at from different angles by lasers. And there would really be no way that an Overlord could do enough damage before it's totally destroyed. So yeah, I should have some recording time left. So let's see if I can get one more battle in before I just end the game right now. Or sorry, before I end the recording. So let's hop back in here. Okay. Let's go to request taxi. And let's look around for another fight. Okay. Perfect. An Overlord, a Magnus Flyer, and 2 Hornets. This'll work perfectly. Okay. Let's go to properties. Or property. Let's go back into my Avenger. All my other ships have been repaired. You can go to log transactions to check that out. Okay. So repairs were done. Let's just go to properties real quick. You can tell they're all nice and green. As far as weapons, they don't go through a lot, so they're already well stocked enough. You know, I don't need to stock them up anymore. Let's uncloak. And let's get on route here to our next battle. Let's slow this thing down a little bit. Let's get rid of these messages. Don't need that. Great, okay. So log, property, click on one of your ships in your fleet. In case you don't know, click on orders, click on combat, and go to protect me. Check your fleet settings. You don't want them to dock. That gets dicey. You just make sure they're on intercept hostiles. And later on, when we're close enough to our target, we're going to check the box for attack hostiles. That's basically going to make it so that anything that gets close to them, or anything that is close to them, they're going to go out and actively attack it if it's an enemy vessel. Or base, enemy base. And again, let's check this out because... Oh, there they come. They're already here. Perfect. Let's get some speed up. Let's get our speed up a little bit better. Let's go to log, sector map. I think this is really cool. The fact that they, you know, get into formation. Check it out, you know. They're trying to get into formation while they catch up to me. I think that's pretty neat, honestly. It was a lot easier with only 4 ships. With 6, it's kind of like, you know, can they do it? Now, this is not something I made them do. They're not programmed, I think, to do this. Or no, I'm sorry, I think they are programmed to do this automatically. They're programmed to want to get into like a formation while they fly towards me. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. I was really surprised about that. I mean, check that out. That is perfect. Okay. So you'll notice this if you try this. They will attempt to fly alongside of you while they accompany you to wherever you're going. Let's get on our scanners. Well, there they are, right there. Perfect. Slow down a little bit here. Not too fast. 1K range, wait for that sound. Property, orders, Sorry, fleet settings, stance, attack hostiles. And look at them go. Okay. They're just kind of doing stuff on their own here. Oops. Okay. Alright. That's a big ship right there. Whoa. I wonder what they're all cloaked for. Let's pause for a second. Let's go to log, properties, orders. Okay, they shouldn't be... Yeah. Shoot. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're really in a bad spot here. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, hold on. We're just gonna cloak. So the problem is that we got surrounded by other ships. This is crazy. Because we're so close to the enemy base right here. Let's pause it. Let's take a look at what we have here for our property right now. Yes, they're all still okay. Let's do this, guys. If you find yourselves in a situation where all of a sudden you're getting outnumbered and you did not expect to be in that situation, here's what you do, real quick. Pause it. Go to orders. Go to fleet settings. Prefer to cloak. Now you're going to take some damage while cloaking, but you're going to have to take the damage, okay? Just hope your ships don't die, okay? But as soon as they're done cloaking, they'll be fine. So make them cloak. Go to stance. You want to remove that check mark there, because if they're going to keep intercepting hostiles, they're going to keep fighting until whatever happens. Okay. So get rid of that. Okay. So again, make sure they're cloaking, make sure they're docking, and make sure they intercept hostiles only and not attack hostiles. And then navigation, repair at, and then pick either the nearest place to repair, a repair base, a military base, whatever. In this case, my scrapyard, which is a repair base. And that's it. Unpause. And then you should witness how they're going to just cloak. And hopefully they're going to go home now. They should go home. Now I took a lot of damage. So that was kind of embarrassing and kind of annoying, but probably couldn't be helped, to be honest. Yeah, so what happened here was we were so close to the enemy base, I just did not notice it. You know, we're out here trying to fight, you know, trying to complete the objective and destroy those ships, which we did, obviously, but being so close to the enemy base, Epsilon started sending out other ships to do battle with us, so that was kind of annoying. But anyway, okay. So anyway, transactions. Got 46,000 credits for that one. Honestly, let's get back to base and check out the damage, shall we? Okay. So obviously, if you have a lot of money, don't be afraid to go crazy and, you know, buy yourself Overlords or Ares-class vessels, whatever you like. If you like Magnuses, go for it. But my whole point earlier was simply that if you have a limited amount of money, let's say enough to buy a Magnus and deck it out, which costs about 3 million credits. For 3 million credits, I could get about two fleets of these ships, all decked out. Okay? And for what it would be, you would really have have a good deal better for your money. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of tongue-tied here right now. I'm sorry, guys. So, yeah, six decked out ships, much better than just simply one decked out ship. Okay. A fully upgraded Magnus would get crushed by even 6 fully decked out Hornets, for example. Okay. If you have a decked out Overlord-X for the cost of a fully upgraded Overlord-X class vessel, I can get 3 or 4 of these things. Orion-X's, fully decked out. Okay. So, always keep in mind, in this game, numbers will work. Okay? Numbers will work each time compared to just a single sturdy vessel. So let's see here. Properties. I don't think I lost a ship. 3, 4, 5. We're good. We got them all. So before we end, let's just check out our transactions. Let's see. Before we went on this mission, we had 99,000 plus credits. We made some repairs. Wound up with about 94,000 credits. Took the mission. Got about 46,000 credits. Lost about half of it. But we still came out on top with 106,000 credits. Not the most effective way to make money, but definitely a fun way to make money. And there you go. And as always, let's hop in our ship and fly off and have a proper outro, shall we? On dock. Ooh, you know what I want to do? I want to fly towards the where is it? There it is, right there. And this is Justin Pontarelli of the Avenger signing off and saying, guys, until next time, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate any comments you want to leave down below. I think this game's amazing, and that's about it, guys. Take care and see you later.